Hey everybody, what's up? What I'm seeing going on within the pre-shuffle is it looks like you are thinking something over. You can be like analyzing something that you have going on currently. It definitely seems like a current thing. You may feel like you're at a bit of a crossroads, or there can just be like something that you're looking for, or maybe something that you don't totally understand at this point. We're starting off with the Magician. And the Star. So we have Mercury and we have Aquarius here. Okay. When we have Magician and we have the Star, this is about being on track in a way where we really actually feel that, where we're really honoring what it is that we want, what it is that feels ideal to us, and we're not limiting ourselves as well. So Magician is about your intention. It's about what it is that you want to be creating. It is about the experience that you want to be having. And it's also about the relationship between what's going on within your mind and then the action that you're taking as well. So it can be a time when you could be like looking into the way that you see things and even the framework that you're working with. When we have the Star, this is about our dreams, it's about our ideals, it's about the visions that we have for our lives as well. So I like to see the Star kind of like it can be like on a long-term scale, what it is that you want, or like if you were to be able to like manifest these things, it's stuff that you would really feel a sense of fulfillment and a sense of connection with. And Magician is about recognizing the place that you have within that, recognizing the power that you have within that to actually make that happen. So it's not just these dreams that you have that are impossible. It's about really connecting with this part of yourself where you recognize that there are things that you can really be doing here, and that this stuff is not out of your reach by any means. And if you're thinking that it is, this can be the time when you reframe. Anything is possible. That means too that if you have anything going on right now and you're like, you feel like you're settling, or you're looking at it and you're like, I don't really know that I want this, or that I want to keep doing it. It can be the time when you evaluate. Maybe you're going to look at things and be like, no, this is what I want to keep doing. Maybe you're going to look at some other stuff and say like, I think that I can do better than this. And when I say better, I mean like, what is more in resonance with you as far as where you are now? That means too that you can be going through an update. Maybe there have been things that you've been working on that you look at now and you evaluate and you ask yourself, do I feel happy with that now though? Is that what I want now though? Is that what I dream of now then? Is that my ideal now? Or has something changed and I need to get with the current program? So all of these little things that are connected with that energy, so we can, this is also that you can be moving forward feeling like you're really aligned with the way that you're doing things. So rather than doing stuff and being like, I don't really care that much about this, or like, I don't know that this really holds personal meaning for me anymore. This is about making sure that you're on track in a way where you feel excited about the stuff that you have going on because it holds meaning for you, because it's stuff that you want. And that's the place that you're creating from. And that's the place that you're drawing inspiration from with Magician and the Star, especially. Okay, so I'm looking at Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is like when we kind of go on a little bit of a mission here. And there's a very practical side to this, and there can be parts of I'm figuring out how to do exactly this. That means too that for some of you, you could possibly be getting help from someone. That can be part of this. This can also be you just helping yourself here. Seeing 444 on the time when I look up. Yeah, I'm looking at Judgment on the bottom of the deck. I think like overall what I'm seeing be going on here is that if you at this point where you are now, you want to really be thinking about what it is that would feel magnificent for you to be connected with. And I think that's going to give you a sense of direction here. I know we keep saying the word ideals, but I see the star as being very much connected with that. Like, if you're reaching for the stars, what does that look like? Where does that journey take you? What is that destination? I think like keeping this in mind is something that can be helpful. I'm seeing Page of Pentacles and I'm also seeing Queen of Swords. So this means too that it's going to give context to what it is that you're doing now. If you're thinking about these things and you're recognizing what's really important to you as far as where you are now, what that means too is that it can also be shedding light on things that you can have going on right now that are not totally in alignment, if that's the case. So it's going to give you a massive sense of direction here. If you were to take this on fully, there can be something about that particularly that doesn't feel easy. I'm seeing the Nine of Swords be connected with this. So what does that mean? When we have the Nine of Swords, I see this as being a card that, like, we feel scared about what's going to be happening. Like, if I really do this, if I really take a leap of faith here, if I really, like, am guided by myself and I'm guided by my soul urgings here, like, what's gonna happen then? So there can be just a big question mark. This can be feeling very uncomfortable with what it is that we don't know, with what it is that we haven't figured out. And these are the types of things that can hold us back. So you can be looking at that and saying like, hey, I feel really scared about this, or I'm recognizing that this is something that is it's like less a boundary and more a barrier. You can be looking at this and saying like, I want to do this, or like if I knew that it would work out, I'd be going in that direction, but my fear is a big barrier here. My anxiety is a big barrier here. And I like to see Nine of Swords as being anxiety that's related to future. So this is a type of future thinking where we feel really anxious about it, or we feel besides ourselves, or we feel like, how could it possibly come together? I just don't think that it would really work if I would try to do that. And these are the things that stop us from being the magician. It stops us from creating. And these are mental blocks that we have. And I mean, given the context astrologically of what's going on here, it can be a great time for you to become aware of these things. Where am I holding myself back out of fear? Where are there places that I want to be showing up that I'm not showing up because I feel like I get there and I don't know exactly what I'm doing? Or like I feel like I could try, but I don't know if it would really work. Is that really worth not pursuing these things that you want to be pursuing? Because I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles, and this is about really the way that you want to step in a way that would feel meaningful to you, while simultaneously having no idea how that's going to turn out. And is that something that you're willing to do here? And having the star above it, this is about you following your journey, being in a place of alignment, and also having faith. Also believing that things are possible, that the things that you want, they are possible. The things that you dream of, they are possible. And it's not just nonsense. I think there are a lot of ways where we're not encouraged to pursue things like this because it can feel very fanciful and like it's stuff that's not really going to work out. Yet we do see things like this manifest all the time, every day. We see people taking chances on themselves and the way that things end up unfolding and working out. And so why not for you as well? What this seems like too is that with the Magician, I kind of get this sense that there may be something, the Magician is like a fully formed idea that we have. There can be something that you're actually like really clear on, that you do want that, and that you would very much be interested in experiencing that. This is something that you want to manifest. You're not figuring that part out. So it seems like you already have something figured out. It's just about taking the steps. It's just about actually doing it. It's just about giving your energy to it and seeing how it goes. Just do it. Okay. It's funny the way that this is being posed. What this looks like to me is that you may at this point be reviewing and looking back on things that you didn't try, that now you can look at it and be like, oh, if I would have just been brave back there, or if I would have just done this, or if I would have just done that, like I didn't know what could have possibly happened. Like you don't want to get further along and remember this point right here and say, if I had just done it, I would be over there by now. Like this is that point that you don't have to return to feeling that way about it. So it feels even too like the Five of Cups is going to be helpful here. Now, how can a card like this be helpful? This is about thinking about times when you haven't given things a chance, and allow that to guide you now, allow that to encourage you now, allow that to motivate you now. I think too that this is something where you can be reconciling with yourself, maybe when you've taken chances before and when things have worked out differently than you thought it would. This can be a time when you're healing that in a big way. Something else too, when we have Five of Cups, is that this is connected with accepting our circumstances as well, for what things are currently and how things have presented presently, essentially, and coming to terms with this. I feel too like this is going to help you get out of a bit of a funk that you can be in. Like, I feel kind of like, I'm not seeing you be lost, but you may have a feeling right now of like, what am I doing with my life? It doesn't have to be your whole life. Like maybe this is just in a certain area of your life. And I feel like it's bringing to light that there are things that you want. There are things that you want to do. There are things that you would like to experience. And you can be in a phase of like looking around and being like, this isn't what I want, or like, I don't actually feel happy with this, or this isn't really what I expected. Now can be a time where this is rewritten, and not in a way where like you can't go back and change anything, right? Not right now anyway. And so this can be a time when you're like, from here on out, like what can you actually be doing? So you don't have to stay in this. You know, if you're looking around and you're not liking the way that things look, why are you going to continue to invest in that? That's something that we're actively choosing. So you can get to a point where you're like, oh, I can actually change the script right now. Otherwise, you can feel like you're just fortifying that. And is that something that you want to be doing here? Like, this is something that can help you really turn things around right now at this point. Look, the Fool is calling to you. I think, too, that, like, this is going to help you come to terms with things as they are right now. So this is you, and you can be looking around and being like, this didn't go like I thought that it would, or like, I'm not happy with the way that these things are. The Fool is calling to you and saying like, hey, let's turn all of that around right now. But you're going to have to trust me on that, and you're going to have to take a leap of faith in order to do that. So if you're going to, we start with Magician, we end with the Fool. If you are going to create what it is that you want, which you're very much capable of doing, you're going to have to take a leap of faith here. So it means you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone, right? You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. This can be something you feel very, very uncomfortable with the idea of. Queen of Swords is that part of you that's going to be like, okay, I recognize that, and I'm also not going to let that be the thing that holds me back. Do I want my fear to be the thing that holds me back? Do I want my avoidance of stepping into the unknown to be the thing that holds me back from my dream life? So this is also about problem solving. It's about recognizing places that you feel like that within. And the Queen of Swords is the part of you that's going to be like, okay, I'm seeing that. I'm recognizing the way that I feel. And this is actually how I resolve that conflict. Because this is something that it doesn't feel settled. And it's so much easier to get over the things that we feel disappointed by when we are moving in alignment. But when we're just doing more of moving out of alignment, it's really, really difficult to make peace with that because we're just building more and more of that up. We're just building up more of the pain, more of the disappointment, more of the regret even. Sometimes it can be. The disappointment, the emotional conflict at the end of the day, that's what it is. That turmoil. So Queen of Swords is that part of you that's going to look and say, I am in emotional turmoil and I don't want to be. What do I have to do in order to alleviate myself of that? It's this. But you're going to have to take a chance in order to do this. But this is also like the risk of the creator. This is about you going from what it is that you have now to making things more personal for you again, and you figuring out how to do exactly that. With the Magician, you are the artist here. You are the creator. Keep seeing an 8. And so with that, it means that you're going to have to take a chance if this is something that you're going to do. We have heavy Aquarian energy here. We have the Star and we also have the Fool. So this is Aquarius and this is Uranus. And then we also have Mercury. When Mercury and Uranus are connected with one another, this is when we can get very, very bright ideas, very, very inspired ideas. But we have to work with the things mentally that hold us back from connecting with those, from believing that it's even possible. So this is the phase that you're working through right now and making sense of. You're being encouraged to take these steps now and to do it now and to work with the part of yourself that's feeling resistant to it, not because you don't want to do it, but because you can feel scared to. And with that being said, that is going to be the end of the reading. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.